Happy New Year, each and every one of you, and welcome back to you lovely, lovely people. This is our first show of 2023, and we are back in force tonight with the best people of your Manchester. Now, on tonight's show, our Oli samples the delights of the new interactive exhibitions at the Manchester Science and Industry Museum. Also tonight, we are joined in studio by Jo Britton, giving you a little helping hand on how best to cope with the New Year's blues. And we've also got a little message from Mark Llewellyn on the correct way to dispose of those pesky Christmas trees. It's live tonight on Your Manchester. Well, first though, over at the Manchester Science and Industry Museum, there are two exhibitions. Now, the first one is a fully interactive gaming event featuring the best video games and consoles from the past 5 decades. So from Pong to Pac-Man, Minecraft to Mario, there's something for everyone. You can play against friends, and perhaps most importantly, you can rediscover your childhood where you knew how to work a games console. Take a look at this.
Oh, we've arrived. The doors are going to open for me. I'm Oli Mortimer and I'm here to take you through 2 exhibitions today at the Museum of Science and Industry. It's New Year, how are we all doing? I'm not too bad, can hear you asking at home. New Year's resolutions at home, all answer. Have you got a New Year's resolution? Here we go. Timer, 3 seconds. Cameraman Frank, New Year's resolution? You not got one? Mine will be to get a haircut. At the first of our 2 exhibitions today, this is Power Up, a Manchester-made gaming exhibition with over 100 different consoles. Look at it, it's absolutely massive. Let's have a quick run round. 2-player games, Manchester-made games will be coming back there in a little bit. Driving, Mario, hit the block. There's some people on the wall. Let's have an explore of them later on. Massively multiplayer, Zelda, superhero, 4-player games, new generation, and a timeline of all of our old games. And oh no, virtual reality. There's so many games here at Power Up. I'm not going to have time to get through half of them. I've got a stick and I've got a button. I'm not quite sure of my aim here. Whoa! I wouldn't say that I've ever really been the best with technology. Something doesn't work, turn it off, turn it on again, and it should be fine. It's time to play some Wii Sports. I've got my safety straps on, as you should too. They'd better put some cool audio over this. Jab the Wii remote to punch your opponent's body. Oh. He's getting defeated. I must be on the maximum difficulty here. Guard my face, the Wii told me to do. To the side, to the other side, and slam. That was a total fail. I feel really cool doing this. Do I look cool? I think he's on 1 life to go. Should we get ready for the final hit? It's time to truly get my guitar on. Press the button, red, green, next green button.
You've got to strum it at the same time.
What, is pressing it?
Yeah, so you got like hold the green and then strum when it hits the bill.
Oh, right. Did I win? I must have won. This one looks extremely easy and like a good fit for me. What buttons are you supposed to press here? How do I move? Jump off to boost a wall. Right. Ooh. Oh, there's some little green gremlins. Oh, oi! He splatted at me. Ah! Dodge. Dodge. I don't understand. Whoa! How do I take this off? Power Up is here at the Museum of Science and Industry in Manchester for a good long time yet, as you've still got a year if you'd like what you've seen today. Get yourself down here. You might learn something. Just don't go on Wii Sports and try not to hit someone while you're on the VR. All right.
That's our Oli there, enjoying himself with his joystick. Now, this is our first show of 2023, and in preparation for this show, we couldn't help but ask about resolutions and also, for some of our team, how not to dwell on perhaps things they didn't achieve in 2022. Well, this said, we had a thought, and we thought it was only right that we invited our Mojo Queen into the studio. We are, of course, referring to Jo Britton. Welcome, Jo. How are you?
I am so well. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is all very exciting, isn't it? Well, for most of us, this is exciting to be moving into a new year. But I mean, can a new year mean a new start?
Well, absolutely it does, doesn't it, when it's a new year? Although, for me, you never need to think about the 1st of January as the date. It's like an arbitrary date, isn't it, in the calendar, as the date to actually make a new start. But how's your mojo?
My mojo it's bordering on good and bubbly at the moment.
Score of 1 to 10.
Let's go for an 8.
That is fantastic, isn't it? Because at this time of year, it can feel like really doomy and gloomy, can't it?
Yeah, it can do. It can do. So listen, how do we dismiss perhaps last year if things haven't gone according to plan? How, just because we're in a new year, we feel like we're moving on. We've got to perhaps box things up, maybe.
Oh, now you've got me going with the boxes. I brought some little gifts.
Right.
Here's what I like to do. Rather than set New Year's resolutions, do you set them, by the way?
I have done in the past, but I find that I can never know. I mean, the one that I've been having for about 20 years is to lose weight. And to be honest, it goes the opposite way.
Exactly. So that's why I never set them anymore, because I think there's a big problem. New Year's resolutions, they're not specific enough. So lose weight.
Yeah.
Your brain doesn't really know what that means. No. And anything where the brain thinks, oh, I'm going to lose something, it wants to hold on to it. So for you, that means what?
I'm holding on to it.
I'm holding on and eating even more, aren't I? So here's what I prefer to do instead. I prefer to set goals. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But how can we set ourselves up really well for the new year? There's 2 things I like to do, and it comes down to boxes.
Wow.
Okay. So this first box,
yes,
you can do it as well with me.
Right.
These represent these pieces of paper.
Yes.
Just screw them up. These represent all the things that weren't serving me well.
Right.
In 2022. Things that I don't want to bring into this new year. So for me, one of these things was neglecting my physical health. Terrible. I'm so bad at exercising. I really need to do that this year.
I've been doing it the last couple of days, I have to say. But other than that, no.
But how have you been feeling since you've been exercising?
Joe, I have to say, I think there must be something in exercising that helps your old noggin.
Of course it does. It's really good for your brain, of course, and your body. And it releases like endorphins, doesn't it, that make you feel really good. So for me, I'm leaving behind neglecting my physical health. So it goes in the box. Screw it up, goes in the box. What do you want to leave behind?
What do I want to leave behind? What, from 2022?
Yeah, things that weren't serving you particularly well.
Well, perhaps the old drinking too much, maybe.
Drinking too much.
I want to put a caveat to that. Not an alcoholic, but I was drinking an awful lot. And mostly, and I made a joke about it, I used to drink more at work than I do in my real life, which isn't the right way to be.
Okay. So there you go. Drinking too much.
Yeah.
Goes in the box. The other one for me is all the stuff that holds you back. I like to call them limiting beliefs. The things that you say to yourself that maybe aren't true. They go things like, oh, well, I'm too old to do that, so I'm not going to do it. I'm too old to exercise now, right? So anything that limits you, that maybe you don't even think about, but it holds you back, a limiting belief. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not good enough. I need to be really, really clever. I'm not clever enough. That goes in the box, right? So here's then what we do. This one's got a nice ribbon.
Yeah.
This box. Going to tie it up, and we're going to do something with the box.
As in, like, filing it away?
Yes.
Wow.
Think about maybe a receptacle that you could put it in.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a hole in the ground. Go on, dig us a hole.
Yeah.
Dig us a hole in the ground. Bury the box.
Yeah.
Bury the box.
Right.
Or maybe you want to put it in a rubbish bin.
Yeah.
And wheel it away. Or stand on top of a cliff and throw it off the cliff. Yeah.
Provided there's nobody underneath you.
No, it's not that heavy anyway. But yeah, that would be a good start, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So put it in the box, put it away in a receptacle, a hole in the ground, or even you want to put it on a cloud and imagine it floating away. So it's not in your space anymore. I'm going to give you the box to dump it somewhere.
To get it away.
Yeah.
Let me give it to our floor manager. Where's our floor manager? Here, take that and file it away somewhere.
File it away, and it's
gone.
now out of your space.
Yes.
Right. So that's a really good tip for me.
Right.
Things you don't want to hold on to.
Yeah.
Physically put them in a box or something else, or bury them in the ground, and they're no longer in your space.
Wow. Simplicity.
Simplicity.
I like that. But what did you do with the things that you want to invite into your life?
Right. So those are the things. So I like to do them. So I've got another box here, and it says celebrate. And
Celebrate.
Also, there's some gifts in it for you as well.
Is there? Oh!
Are you ready for this? I open the box.
Yeah.
I open the box on things that are going to serve me better.
Right.
So the things that I like to do them as I am beliefs. If you've got a goal or a resolution that you want to achieve, if you don't have a belief associated with it, it's really hard to achieve it, right? So I like to do I am beliefs. And my first one that's coming out of the box that's going to serve me really well says, I am enough.
Right.
Ooh, all the cushions are falling
I know.
down. They're getting really excited,
cushions.
aren't they?
Yeah.
I am enough.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do with that is put it not in a box. It's coming out the box. And I do them on Post-it stickers. These are lovely ones, by the way.
They are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, really lovely ones. And they actually already say I am on them. And I put that in my space in front of me where I can see it every single day. And it reminds me that I'm enough. I'm good enough.
Yeah.
I'm capable enough.
Yeah.
I am confident. I am courageous.
Yeah.
All of the things that will serve me well. So that goes
Put it
somewhere.
somewhere.
Put it somewhere.
Let's stick it there since that's just come up. There
What
we go.
else is in my box? I've got a separate one for courageous.
Right.
That's my word. Do you have a word for 2023?
No, I
Have
don't.
a word that's going to really help you. Like last year's word for me was fun, and I got to work with you guys.
Yeah.
This year's word is courageous. There are loads of things I want to do.
Yeah.
And I need courage to do it. So I am courageous.
I am courageous
That
going up.
one is going to serve me
I
well.
like that one.
And I think those are the only. Oh no, I've got another one. Here's one.
What's this?
Do you get distracted?
Yeah, majorly.
Majorly, yeah.
Have you not
And you
seen?
need to focus.
Yeah.
Right? I do as well. I'm always getting distracted by things. So here's the one that's going to serve me well. I am shutting out the noise.
Wow.
So that's going to help
That's
me keep
powerful.
focused. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. You
That
can
means
borrow those
basically,
as well.
in my terms, that would mean shutting out the garbage that you don't need to hear, that doesn't affect your life, that really is just chitter chatter.
Exactly that. And especially loads of us these days, we hang out on social platforms,
Yeah.
don't we? And I don't know about you, but I get in the comparing game sometimes. You're watching everybody else smashing life,
Yeah.
thinking, why is my life not like that? And of course, it's total rubbish, really.
Yeah.
It's all noise and clutter. So shut out the noise. I'm shutting out the noise. And here's what I also like to do at the same
Oh
time.
my goodness.
It's
Where
a
are these
really
from?
good way of doing this. So I have a candle. It's by a wonderful client of mine called Carla, and her business is Love You, Love Up. Right?
Uh-huh.
They smell amazing. So
That's
when
nice.
I do this, and I've got one for you, and this one for you,
Oh, that smells delightful.
this one for you says, I am worthy.
I am worthy.
Right?
Oh,
So
that's
you get to have that. And you also get to have, so you can make your own I ams, Post-it stickers, and cement it with affirmations as well. Repeat it.
Wow.
So those are little gifts I give them to you. When I do my I ams, I light my candle. It's like a ritual.
Uh-huh.
Like candle, it smells gorgeous. You smell the scent as you do it, and you repeat, I am worthy, I am enough.
And say it over and over again until
Over and over again, because it creates
until
a
you
neural
actually
pattern.
believe it.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. Because beliefs are just concepts and stories that we hold to be true in our mind. So we actually get to script them,
Yeah.
and we're in control of them. And it's just a neural pattern. So the more you say it, the more it sticks.
And that's another word, control. So you're in control,
You're in
of your
control.
own destiny, is what you're saying, by making
Absolutely.
these affirmations and taking control of everything. These are stunning. Who does these again?
So it's Love You, Love Up. We can comment later on and tag Carla into that.
These
as
are
well.
amazing. I
They're
think a lot of
gorgeous.
people
So a
get
little
behind
gift
them.
for you today
Yeah.
to help you start your 2023 in a really positive way.
And they come out of the box because that's what you want to invest yourself in.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. Well, stay there, Joe. We've got so much more to chat about. We really, really have. But though, did you know that there's over 34 million Christmas trees that were sold in 2022? And 8 million of these Christmas trees were actually real. That was sold here in the UK. Now, sadly, it's the time for us now where we put away the Christmas trees, putting things in a box. Maybe that's what it is. Hey, who knows? But somebody tells us the correct way to dispose of these pesky Christmas trees is Mr. Mark Llewellyn.
Yes, it's that time of year when we have to pack away the Christmas tree. But if you've got a real tree, what do you do with it? Well, the first thing is, don't just put it out for the dustbin men, because if it goes into landfill, that's the worst thing you can possibly have. So think what you're going to do. Now have a look online. Your local council, even your local charity, a lot of hospices are doing this. They are asking for a donation from a charity, and then you can take your real tree along, or some will even collect it from you. Local authorities will often take them away as well. Some have central places like local parks where you can hand them in, and others will have a refuse collection from your home. So do your research. If you can't do that, cut your tree up. Now be careful, because that's when all the needles are going to come off. So if you're going to do it in the house, or you're going to take it out of the house, then put a sheet down or some bin bags, lie the tree down on it and try and get it out, and take the stand off outside so you don't get all the needle drop in your home. It'll clog up your vacuum cleaner. So take the tree out, cut it up as much as you can. Now you can put these bits in the hedgerows and things like that in your garden, or if you're going to put it in the compost, you really do need to cut it down into as small pieces as you possibly can, because it doesn't just rot away that quickly. Now the other thing to remember is that a tree is an acidic plant. It's ericaceous. There's a word for you. So if you're going to put the pieces out in the garden, make sure they're around plants that love ericaceous or acidic soil, things like magnolias and things like that. Again, have a look online. Why not use the wood itself? So if you take the branches off, keep the trunk, you need to dry that out, then it can be used for wood burning stoves, or dry the trunk out and you can cut it up and use it once it's dried through for Christmas crafting for next year. So there you are, a few tips on how to dispose of your real Christmas tree. And now, back to the studio.
Well, I've just been looking at these beautiful things. They are amazing. I have just been told as well that if you do want to get your hands on these, we should have put something down on the floor, on these wonderful things, that'll teach me, then all you need to do is go to these links. If you do purchase from this lovely site, which is bring it up, there we are. There we go. It's at love_love you. Then use the code, that one there, which is your MCR10, and you do get 10% discount.
Get 10%, yeah, as a viewer of your Manchester.
As a viewer of your Manchester. When you were telling us the link in the break there, I thought somebody had robbed our name, to be completely honest with you. I was ready for full-on kicking off. They are lovely. I love things like this. And they're also well done, aren't they, as well?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No.
What's the difference between a goal and a resolution?
Right. So I like to set a goal, really, because a resolution to me is, it's almost like you've got to have unlimited willpower, and we just don't have them, and they're never specific enough. Whereas a goal, when you set it really well, it's future focused and it's specific. So it's something you can measure. It's something that's got a time associated with it. Yeah. The challenge for people with goals, achieving them, is that there's a lot of neurobiology involved in goal setting and achievement. Right. There are loads of steps that you need to take. And so a lot of people give up because things get in the way, don't they? Yeah. Obstacles get in the way, or loads of stuff goes on in your head about or why you can't do something.
That goes back to that, doesn't it? Shut
out the noise and have some steps to take. Mm-hmm. There's loads of stuff and help that people can get from me if they want to. If you just hop over to my Instagram, jobritton.mojo, every day I've been doing some lives that are recorded.
As I call them.
You call them
so inspirational. They are really, really good. You do them around about 10 o'clock each day, don't you?
They've been between 9 and 10, but they're saved on the grid, so you can go and watch them anytime. But we've been taking you through steps to help you achieve goals. And it's dead relaxing as well, because you sat there with your coffee and, you know, you're just telling us, you're not, because one thing you do, I have to say, is as a mojo guru, as I like to call you, you don't ram it down people's throats. You know what I mean? You don't say, this is how you've got to be, this is what you've got to do. They're all nice suggestions and guidance, which, you know, a lot of people who, you know, mojo gurus, it's like, do this, do that, follow this, do that. And a lot of them are basically just want you to sign up with life and everything into it. And whereas you do something that's a lot softer and nicer. Yeah, well, I think, you know, we're all different as human beings, aren't we? And what works for me might not work for you. So all I can do is help maybe bring a little bit of motivation or inspiration, different things that you can try so that you find the thing that works for you. Yeah, it's amazing. We are coming back to you in a minute. But first of all, we've got our final part of our story from the Manchester Science and Industry Museum. Now, this is probably right up your street. You can get your hands and your ears and your minds totally open. And ask yourself, why the music has an effect on our senses? And what is it about music that makes us feel
Well, for just £6, pop over to the Science and Industry Museum and indulge yourself in that very journey.
From Power Up to Turn It Up, we are now here to explore this world-first immersive exhibition all about how music has a mysterious hold over us and drives us to perform, create, innovate and share. Because really, when you look into music, there's so much aspects of our life that music runs into, you don't even think that it impacts you. And I'm here now with Jane Bram, who is the exhibition's project manager. What is Turn It Up?
Turn It Up, as you said in your introduction, is a world-first exhibition. One of the first exhibitions to ever really dig into and explore this relationship that we have with music and why we have such an urge to think of new, innovative and exciting ways to make music. One of our key messages is that we are all musical, even if we don't feel like that.
Okay. Do you feel that you're musical? Have you aspects in your life that music plays into?
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's one of the key messages, because I was definitely one of those people that felt that I wasn't really musical. But I think, just as you said, even as consumers, we're all so impacted by music, and it's such a central part to our life.
What about the exhibition makes it immersive for people who go and have a look around?
There's no quiet spaces, we're surrounded by music all the way through. Get hands-on, explore music, feel a little bit more confident with it and maybe learn a little bit about the science of what's happening.
Okay, well, there we go, Turn It Up. Should we see how it goes? Let's take a walk in there. It's time to take it into the new exhibition. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay, so initially greeted with a variety of different instruments. Oh, and there's a selfie, okay. Just doing a TikTok there. So going from older instruments all the way to newer ones, which you might not even think of. Sonos speaker. There's a clicking. I'm sure Mark Llewellyn has got a few good experiences with these equipment on here. Spin the blocks. Use the pictures to create your own instrument. Let's spin the blocks, see what we're thinking. That's what noise that one's making. That's what I've just made. This is called the musical playground. Entering into this box, I'm seeing a variety of different orbs. Let's see what happens. Sounds a bit like eerie, like a horror film. Imagine this Belinda scandal walking down Market Street. You can imagine it right now, can't you? I'm in the wrong industry, what can I say? I should just be a music maker. Music is all about experimentation, and for about 100 years now we've been creating music electronically, and this room, right after the musical playground, is all about the different types of electronic instruments which have been used for music. What is this? A robotic drummer. I can see that. This is incredible. Gloves being made into instruments. Who would have even thought of it? I'm witnessing the future right now. I'm in shock. I'll be honest with you, I never used to listen to music, and many of you will remember Chatterbox Radio, producing, presenting shows. It really got me into music, and now it really does show how much music impacts my life, and I'm sure your life as well. I'm in a room 360 degrees with music all around me. Let's sit down. As you listen, what do you feel? There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right music to listen to. Everyone's got their different tastes. You might listen to Capital FM. We'll have to bleep that out. You might listen to Radio X. We also might have to bleep that out. None of it's wrong. It's all to do with personal preference. I feel like I'm in a movie. I'm walking down a hill, got the wind blowing behind me. I'm getting triumphant. I'm standing up. I think it's time to dance. There's obviously a big part of music is the dancing. It's following me, tracking me, doing the Macarena. Oh no, I'm gonna look like a right idiot. Well, I'm lying down, as you can see. My body is cushioned, but my head is definitely not. I'm gonna fall asleep. This is all about how music can transport you to dreamland. That's why I'm lying down then. I think it's very true. I've been Oli with Your Manchester. The first episode of the new year, so Happy New Year to you all. Make sure you get yourself down here to turn it up. The power of music here in the Museum of Science and Industry until May the 21st. I've been Oli. Back to the studio for this week's episode of Your Manchester. See you tomorrow, guys.
He's having a little lie down there after a very stressful day over at the Manchester Science and Industry Museum. Music. If music, there's lots of love, Liz, play on. What's your thoughts about music inspiring people?
Oh my gosh, isn't music brilliant for that? Do you know what? There are loads of health benefits of
Really?
listening to music. reduces your blood pressure, reduces anxiety, helps you sleep better. So good.
That's amazing, isn't it? So, is it any kind of music that can affect
Any
people?
kind of music.
So, if people are into thrash heavy metal, then that's still just as good as listening to.
Well, I'm sure it is, because if you're into that, it lifts your mojo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it's just preference about enjoying whatever music you can, and it does affect your brain, makes you happier.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen to this one as well.
Mm.
So you sing and
Yes.
do you dance with it as well?
Well, some say dance. I say I look like I'm having an epileptic fit, but I mean it's one or the
So
other.
you do, you get your body moving.
Oh, you
don't
have to. Yeah.
Listen to this one. I am on a mission now to get all workplaces.
Yeah.
People taking dance and music breaks.
Really?
Do you know why?
Why?
There's some latest neuroscientific research,
Get out.
and
Yes.
it's the equivalent. Apparently, they're researching this at the moment, but a good dance with music actually has the same effect as an orgasm.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'll be honest with you. Tell you. That's amazing. And they've figured that out.
They're starting to do a lot of research into this.
I mean, I'd like to know where this research facility is that's actually taking time to figure that out. I'm sure that's a day out. They should get themselves down to Canal Street. They'd have a field day. They really would. That's amazing, isn't it? So music, fabulous. Where can we find your site again, please, Jo?
My site.
Yes.
So if you want to come and connect with me, best place to do that's Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm jobritton.mojo on Instagram.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, we want you back again and again and again, because I find all this type of stuff very, very fascinating. I'm going home now, playing with my cards and post-it notes and lighting a candle while sat in a bath of bubbles.
Ooh, lovely.
Oh, yes. I don't have a bath to taking part into. Anyway, you lie there. Why don't you go and do the same now, everybody? Or you can have a revisit of our show over on Glitterbeam. Oh, yes, we're on Glitterbeam Radio twice a week as well. So make sure you check in on that. In the meantime, to each and every one of you, hope you do have a fantastic, fantastic year. Put stuff in boxes, take the important stuff out and cherish it and be fabulous with it. Till I meet you again, thanks for watching this week's episode of Your Manchester.